Hey everyone, I'm here, Paul Krasinski, CEO and founder of the People Platform, and I am so excited to have two amazing guests from National CineMedia, NCM, and Screenvision, two of our best customers, which most importantly are transforming the industry around cinema, out-of-home, and digital video. So I want to first welcome Jen and welcome Manu. Thank you guys for joining us in the content studio. So I think one of the biggest questions people have is, how is digital and your view of the kind of landscape of using data and analytics, how is it changing, and what are you guys thinking about as you walk through it?
I'll go ahead and start. Well, when I think about data and the data that we have actually access to from a measurement perspective, I think that cinema really sets the bar for having the best measurement, the most transparent, and the most accurate. And obviously that's due in part to our relationship with the People Platform.
Yes.
But the fact that we have box office sales and we can turn that into ticket price, gives us a really excellent measure of success, and especially with a lot of issues and transparency, under delivery. We know that our measurement is solid, and couldn't be more grateful for having a great measurement partner.
Oh man, that's too kind. Manu, moving on.
I'm here to dash all your hopes. First of all, thank you for having us. We're very thankful for this opportunity and working with you. Secondly, to the point Jen made, cinema today is the most verified, measurable platform out in the marketplace. One of the things we did early on, whether it was out of necessity or something we needed to do from innovation perspective, was move towards a measurement that is verifiable, that is not based on any kind of random panel. It is actual moviegoers. We verify that, and then gets validated by multiple parties in the marketplace. So we are here to make everything transparent. We are here to work with you, brands, and keep it all out there open. And thank you once again for the People Platform to helping us do that.
Oh, that's great. And I think one of the really interesting things that cinema has done is, yes, you have the preview, yes, you have the full content, but then you actually are able to figure out who is at the theater,
Right.
who was exposed, and ultimately, did they visit a brand? So really, you've gone beyond out-of-home measurement, and now you know people who were there and that they were then visiting.
Yeah.
So from your perspective, what has the partnership with the People Platform meant to you, Jen?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, quantifying the audience, right?
Yes.
And really being able to showcase the value and scale of the cinema audience, because it is extremely large. 2/3 of Americans go to the movies at least once a year. So it is the what we like to call really the largest live event.
Yes.
That you could possibly go to. So we think we have the most passionate fans, so that plays a role. They're showing up to content that they are invested in, and bringing that excitement and anticipation with them,
Yes.
and ultimately driving the attention that we've also spent a lot of time working on as well. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's great.
So think of us as the #1 premium streaming service with original content weekend after weekend, bringing in the youngest demographic out in the marketplace and the most diverse audiences. What is common with all of those things? They're not on all panels, they're on mobile panel. The reason we partnered with the People Platform was, how do we ensure we are capturing these audiences, and that, in today's day and age, doesn't happen with any other panel other than bringing the mobile phones in.
Yes.
That's the reason we sort of leaned in with you, and then add to that all the verification, etc., gives us validity in the marketplace. So the #1 premium measurement, as well as the #1 premium video screen coming together.
And I feel like that is really the social experience, right? Everyone's going to the movie theaters. When you're looking at those preview content, one, it's personalized, and two, you're also able to then, after they're in a location engaging your content, you're able to actually allow a brand to follow up and have more accountability and the ability to say, okay, we're actually extending their brand by accessing them on mobile. So as you think about kind of the next technologies that you feel are coming up, or where are there continued opportunities for growth, What kind of are you guys thinking about?
Yeah, so I think, building off of the data set that we already have, what I'm hearing a lot this week out here is that, consumers no longer just fall into a demographic, right? Like they
Exactly.
are dynamic. There's many parts of a consumer, so really understanding who they are, and I think we can do a lot with that. Like you said, with the mobile phones, we can really look at their journey as a moviegoer, where they're visiting, what their passion points are. We can figure out the outcome. So I think growing our data sets, we can learn even more and derive more insights
Yes.
to provide value to our clients is where we go from here.
That's cool.
Authenticity, that's what we are leading in on. The communication with our partners needs to be authentic.
Yes.
This generation is looking for authenticity. So understanding them more, making the communication with them authentic, leaning on cutting edge tools like AI, generative AI, any other thing out there to make this engagement between a brand and this audience most authentic and highest engagement. To us, that is what we can do, and that results in attribution, which is measurable.
Yes, and most importantly, people are choosing to go to the cinema. That's the most amazing part about it, is rather than having something that's interruptive and
Right.
kind of in their flow of their daily lives, no, this is a meeting between NCM and Screenvision and the consumer. So you having that ability to drive that brand engagement and activation is really kind of at the premium piece.
Yeah.
As a streaming service like you're talking about.
One of the data points that we put out in the marketplace is, tell me one screen out there that gets Gen Z to put away their phone for 2.5 hours. That is us.
Yes.
That is us, and that's why we are thrilled to. We believe there's a convergence in all the screens happening, and the movie screen, your 50-foot screen, neighborhood screen, is going to come out as a winner.
I love it.
We are glad to be partnering with you and winning that race.
Well, I think the one question for everybody is, as you think about cinema, it really is a streaming service.
Yeah.
It's not a out of home. It's very much a personalized digital video content stream.
Right.
And so to have that with the focus is really, I believe, what brands are looking for.
Yes,
What do you
absolutely.
think, Jen?
This is, a couple of things. One, I think that consumers value experiences now more than ever. So we've become very siloed with our phones and viewing habits.
Yes.
And people value experiences more than ever, and they're willing to pay for them. So, like Manu said, our consumers have paid to be there. They've planned to be there for 6 months, maybe even a year in advance. The Deadpool trailer dropped in February.
Yes.
Right? And
Yeah.
the movie's not even out yet. So
Yeah.
that anticipation grows and grows and grows over months. It grows on social. They're talking about it. They're making plans. They're buying their tickets early. So by the time they show up to the theater, connecting with not only their friends but other
Yes.
audiences. It's really the old, like sports, we have the most passionate fans around. So you're not only connecting with the people that you've gone with,
Yep.
but you have this amazing connection to a community of people around you. And then afterward, you're back on social talking about it. You're recommending it. So
Right.
it's really an interesting, I think about the whole journey of the moviegoer
Yes.
beyond just that single moment. But it's all about the experience and connecting. And that's what we can deliver for our brands. Ultimately, brands who are in that environment will receive, an incremental benefit
Yes.
from being there, being a part
I mean,
of it.
one of the things that you're seeing over here that goes into the cultural piece is sports is a uniter.
Yes.
We had conversation, you immediately connected with my boss and you knew the teams and you
Yes.
knew the people. There are very few authentic cultural moments left in the marketplace
Yes.
where brands need to come together. Cinema is one of them. People engage with title. Talk to anyone any weekend. I probably am not watching the same show you're watching. I probably don't have the same streaming service.
Yep.
But you and I can both start dishing on Deadpool right now.
Yes, we
And
can.
There we go.
Oh, yes.
And that is the beauty of our medium. So working with you guys and now not only looking at that one-point engagement, as Jen was saying, in the movie theater, but sort of solving the long tail to before moviegoers coming to the theater
Yes.
and going after, which totally sits in your sweet spot,
Yep.
is what we are going after.
Well, I think that's what's really interesting about cinema, and it's funny because obviously my younger brother as an actor was trying to, promote his imaginary friend, and he's like, Paul, how's it gonna go? And I was like, well, let's look at what NCM and Screenvision are looking like for your audiences, and I said, hey, it's still out. You gotta
Hey,
pitch more.
let us sell that data to him.
Yes,
Come on.
yes. But I think that's what's really interesting is my kind of final question is, what is the future? And I think the data that you guys have access to, the fact that truly you are a social media, it's where people choose to
Yes.
come together talk and laugh beforehand, and then after share an experience, whether it's dinner or ice cream or a coffee.
Yes,
so where are you guys taking the business next?
You want to kick it off?
Sure.
Kick it off.
For us, it's how do we make the data that we have with you, how do we understand this moviegoer better? The before journey and the after journey. This is not about that one point of engagement.
Correct.
And then how do we make the connection with these moviegoers authentic for the brands? We are here to give the brands a platform to connect in the most effective way with this audience subset, which is the growth audience, young, D&I. So for us, this is more about optimizing the movie value chain,
Yes.
as well as better understanding from data what that engagement looks like, and then create some tools and engagements for the brands out there so they have the opportunity to connect with the audience, which is cut the cord, is not available on any other platform, has the highest engagement attention. I mean, I have data after data to tell you how amazing it is.
I love it. I love it.
And
Well,
next
cinema
time, tell
is the
John
main
to talk
stage.
to us. We'll
He should.
tell him the story.
You know what? I clearly didn't have the right answers for him, so next time I'll send them right
There
to you.
you go.
And I think
what
just
about-
building off of what you said, I think really empowering our agencies and brand clients to make sure they have the tools so they can understand the value of cinema, because we know it's great, right? We have the most premium content, the highest attention of any platform, and brands really have a lot of flexibility to tell their story in a really unique way.
Right.
Whether that's in 15 seconds or 3 minutes, there's a lot of flexibility for brands to tell their story on the largest screen in the world. So.
And one of the things that excites me most, honestly, about the cinema is when you go to a meeting with the CEO of Xbox and he says, all right, so where else do you have a captive audience that's together in a cinema? Shouldn't we be looking at new experiences in the theater, whether it's playing games that are interactive among people in there? So this is no longer, your daddy's out of home, your daddy's digital video. This is a really cool platform, which I think there's no one else that's really doing it from an accountability perspective like you. So a brand can say, how many people are here? How many people engaged? How long did they engage? Were they here before the previews?
Right.
And then did they actually go to Taco Bell for fourth meal?
Right.
And that's special.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what do you guys think?
We are setting the bar on measurement.
Hey.
That's exactly what you
No,
said.
totally
You are
a
setting
plug
it.
for you guys. You've been great partners, and the fact, and when we pitch that we are working with the People platform, that is a core component of our pitch. It's verifiable, it's transparent. We moved to a mobile panel much before anyone else did,
Yes.
because we knew that this is not about looking at some sort of panel and doing a survey and figuring out who's all there. So from our perspective, thank you for being the partners and coming up
man.
with that cutting edge.
You know what? I have to say, from a founder and CEO perspective, it's never about thanking us. It's really, hey, can we listen to the customer? Can we listen to their expertise? And can we create a measurement, which obviously you guys have been so instrumental in creating the product, but more to say, if we together can work like that for brands and we can deliver something that they're looking for, which is accountability and some verifiable information, then everyone wins in that ecosystem. I think you guys have done a really, really good job.
Yep. And I think the validation for me personally has been having Catherine, my new president at NCM. She comes from solid agency credentials. For her to come in and look at what we are doing and essentially go, this is cutting edge, this is good stuff. Catherine, not to put words in your mouth. I think that just gives us more validity in what we are doing out there and why it's more relevant. It's at the cutting edge from innovation, tech, methodology. And I think we'll continue to innovate together.
I think we definitely will. So going off the script a little bit, I know this is crazy. You guys probably sit in a lot of pitches and a lot of brand kind of understanding, certainly the research. What is it that brands you feel want more of, and what is it that they're saying, we really have to question some of these underpinnings? How do we get further into cinema as a medium?
I mean, again, what I'm hearing here, too, from the brands directly is they're looking for places to connect with consumers in an authentic way. So, we've got that covered, right?
Yes.
They're looking for measurement. We've got that covered. So cinema should be it should be a part of every media mix, because we really feel like we add value and can elevate an entire media plan. Of course, no one's going to put their whole budget on cinema, but we deserve a place on the plan because of all of the things that we just talked about.
Right.
So I think for us, just being able to showcase the value and how we elevate an entire media plan is important.
Outside of everything Jen said, I second that. understanding consumers better. Brands are struggling today. How do you connect with Gen Z and millennials? How do you connect with D&I audiences? What's working? In which category? What tool is not working? And then outside of that, we get a lot of, wow, I didn't know you guys could do that. That's
Right.
incredible.
Yeah.
So just
Exactly.
evangelizing more of, this is not digital out of home. Your
Yes.
dad or mom's old screen.
No.
This is premium video.
Yes.
Right.
50-foot screen.
Right.
97% people looking at the screen.
Right.
Attribution bar none.
Yes.
Why are you not honest?
Wow. Mic drop moment.
Where do I sign?
Right. Well, I think that the interesting thing though is, and then obviously the business side of it, if you look at it, out of home is probably a $5 billion industry, but
Right.
really where you guys are pushing to take this market is really into the $50 to $70 billion market of digital video, where it's accountable, that you have people there, that they went to see as an ad impact. So I would say, watch out Facebook and
Right.
Google and YouTube. Here comes NCM and
Yeah.
Screenvision.
Yeah.
What do you say to that?
Cheers to that.
Cheers
Cheers
to
to that.
Indeed.
And you really, I think where they struggle too is the attention. The average attention span for Gen Z is 8 seconds. And that is down from 12 seconds. So it is just going in the opposite direction. But like when you said, we did some research, 97% of them put their phones away
Yes.
when they enter the theater. They are there to immerse themselves in the experience. So, that's pretty exciting and really offers a lot of benefits for brands.
I love it. So accountability, right? Immersive experience, the ability to target, but it's not just the experience in the cinema, it is before, during, and after, having the ability to provide that information and engaging content through cinema is really where the mic drop moment is. But I want to personally thank you guys for coming out. I know how busy you are. Late night salary cap trade, we had to get these guys like, can you please come and hang with us in the content studio? So it's really not about the people platform, it's about these guys, their innovation and how they want to transform the video marketplace. So I thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you for having
Thank you.
us.
All
Thank
right.
you for giving us the opportunity.
Indeed. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.